All right, good morning, everyone. So we'll get started here in just a moment with our gentle yoga. And while we're getting set up, a couple more people are entering the room. Just get into a comfortable seated posture. I do recommend I use a folded blanket, but you could use a towel or a small pillow, something like that, that you can place underneath your hips, under your seat. Okay. And just giving yourself an extra inch or two can help you to sit up nice and tall. And you can decide how thick you want to make that blanket. All right. Okay, so with that, we're going to start in our comfortable seated posture this morning. You can be cross-legged. Feel free to stretch your leg out if you need to, or both legs. You can also sit like this if you want, or like this. All right. The important thing is that you're sitting up nice and tall. That helps with being able to take a deep breath. And of course, we want you to be comfortable. You don't want to be uncomfortable or in pain, of course, in any part of the yoga practice. You want to feel good and like I said, comfortable and relaxed. All right, so to begin, let's go ahead and close our eyes. I like to start the session with the eyes closed. And what this does, it allows you to detach from the outside world, from all the activity and tasks ahead. Just let all of that go. And you're also detaching sort of from your environment. And it allows you to bring your awareness to your body. So eyes are closed softly. Notice your posture, lengthen from the base of the spine, all the way up the back, through the neck, through the top of your head. And just relax from the forehead and then down through the eyes, relax through the nose and the cheeks, the corners of your mouth, relax your jaw. And down through the neck and throat and the shoulders, relax all the way down the arms to your fingertips. And then back up through the shoulders. Relax through the upper back, your chest and lungs, your heart center, down through the abdomen, through the lower back. Relax your hips all the way down the legs to the feet and toes. So just mentally scanning through your body. And this is something you could do at any time during the day. If you can take 5 minutes for yourself, scan through the body, let go of tension, and focus on your breath. So now I want you to count to yourself the length of your inhale, count again the length of your exhale, and start to even out your breath. We call that Matrika Pranayama. So mentally you're counting the inhale and counting the exhale. So if it takes you to the count of 7 to inhale, count to 7 on the exhale. Good. Now with your next exhale, let's start by bringing the chin forward, hang your head down, and we're just going to stretch the back of the neck into your shoulders. You're still focusing on the breath. Good. Let your head roll to one side. So the face is forward, your jaw is relaxed. Just let your ear hang towards the shoulder. And now slowly roll around to the back. Let your head go back. And then let's go over to the other side. And let your head come right back down to the front. We'll do a few circles. Inhale, roll your head to the back. Exhale, back to the front. We'll do about 3 circles to each side. Good. And when you're done with your neck rolls, just let your head hang down. Let's clasp the hands together, lay them gently on the back of your head. And we're going to add a little weight to the stretch and just hold. Again, drawing your chest up towards your chin so you're sitting up nice and tall. Good. Bring your head back up to center. You can slowly open your eyes. Put one hand on your head. The other one can just rest on your leg. And then gently draw the ear toward the shoulder and just hold for a moment. Good. And then over to the other side. We'll do the same thing. Oh. Good. And let your head come back to center. All right, let's look back and forth, side to side. See if you can look behind you, but without twisting your shoulder, just through the neck. And just move gently from side to side. You might notice, like for me, I have one side of my neck and shoulders tighter than the other, and just be aware of that as you go through your practice. Notice how your body feels. All right, let's come back to center, and we're going to bring the arms up in front. We're going to do our eagle twist. So you can do either elbow first. I'm going to take my right elbow underneath the left. So you're trying to tuck one elbow inside of the other. If they don't quite tuck and it's more like this, that's okay too. You're still going to get a good stretch. And then your hands will touch back to back. And then some of you might be able to wrap the hand around so the fingertip touches the palm. Go ahead and draw the elbows up and just hold for a moment. And you're going to feel this right across your upper back and your shoulder blades in 2 and 3 and 4. Good. Inhale. As you exhale, just bring those elbows down, and we're going to untwist, kind of stretch it out a little bit, and then let's do the other side. So bring the elbows up, one arm under the other, back to back with the hands, or you might wrap them around and then draw the elbows up and hold. And 2 and 3 Good. Inhale. As you exhale, bring the elbows down and untwist. Good. Arms by the side. Inhale, reach out and up. Let's stretch. Go ahead and clasp your hands together. Reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, lean to either side. And stretch. Inhale as you come up. Exhale over. Inhale to center. And exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. Let's come back to center and draw back slightly with the arms and stretch. And let your fingertips touch. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your arms out and down. Take the hands now behind your back. So you're going to clasp those hands together. Gently roll your shoulders back and stretch. And just hold for a moment. Good. And relax. Let's reach forward. Let your fingertips touch your shoulders. And then just make some circles. So you're taking the elbows in and back and around. Good. Trying to get sort of that full range of motion with your shoulders. Good. And let's change direction. And relax. Go ahead and let your arms come down, and you can stretch your legs out. Get some circulation back to your knees and your toes. Good. All right. I'm going to do some seated postures for the hips this morning before we move on. And so I'm actually going to slide the blanket out from under my hips. So I'm more flat on the mat. And let's do the one where you're going to tuck. You can do either side. Tuck your heel in, have the other foot out in front. And so you're trying to line up the heels, and you've probably got about 10 inches or a foot between your feet, 10 to 12 inches. You're going to sit up nice and tall. Inhale. As you exhale, lean forward. Good, and just hold and just move slowly in the posture. We're just starting to warm up, so this might feel tight in your hip or lower back, so just take your time. Good, and then go ahead and kind of stretch to one side and then over to the other. All right, come back to center. We're going to switch the feet around so you can stretch your leg out for a moment. And let's do the other side. Tuck your heel all the way in. The other foot out in front. Again, you're going to create some space between the heels. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale as you exhale, come forward. Same thing. And just take your time. Good. And then go ahead and stretch over to one side. And then over to the other. All right, come back to center. Go ahead and bring yourself up. Stretch those legs out again. And just rock your feet in and out a few times, side to side. Okay. I'm going to start with a stretch also for your abdomen. And so let's go ahead. I'll turn the same direction as you to make this easier to follow. You're going to stretch your legs out in front of you, and I want you to lean onto your right hip and take your left leg back and put the sole of your right foot right against that left knee, and you're going to twist to the right. Okay. So your left leg is back, your right foot is touching your left knee, and you're twisting to the right. Go ahead and come on down onto your elbows. And we're just going to stay on the elbows here for a moment. So this is kind of our first twist this morning. So just take a deep breath. Let your body start to relax into the posture with each exhale. All right, and then from here, slowly untwist, bring yourself up. We're going to switch over to the other side. So let's take your right leg back, put the sole of your foot against your right knee. So left foot is touching your right knee. Twist to the left, and let's come down into the elbows. And then just relax into the stretch. Okay, and then go ahead and bring yourself right back up and back up to seated posture. And let's just stretch the legs out in front. Okay, after doing that twist, it'll feel good to kind of lengthen and stretch the spine. So reach up, inhale and stretch towards the ceiling. Exhale, reach out towards the wall in front of you, and then very gently, just a little bit of movement. This is called your sitting crane pose, gentle rocking, reaching for the wall in front of you. Good, and then just stop the rocking movement. You can reach for your calves, maybe for the feet, and just fold for a moment. And again, we're just starting to warm up, so you might feel a little tight. So just relax into it. Good, and then go ahead and bring yourself back up. Okay, we're gonna come right over onto the hands and knees, and we'll do some of our cat and dog tail stretching. If you want extra padding, feel free to use your blanket underneath your knees. Hands under the shoulders, knees are hip distance, feet are relaxed. You're going to start by tucking your chin in as you exhale. Round your back and shoulders and stretch. Arch your back, look up and inhale. Exhale, tuck your chin in. And round your back and shoulders, arch your back, look up and inhale. Good. Let's bring the hips back towards the heels in that direction. Reach forward with the fingertips and draw your forehead towards the floor. It doesn't matter if the hips touch the heels. You're just, just stretch out and try to relax to this posture. This is a nice way to relieve tension in your lower back. Good, and then let's come back up onto the hands and knees. So we're going to do a variation on our cat and dog tail. So with this posture, I want you to take your right knee towards your forehead. So you're rounding your back as you exhale. Extend the leg, look up and inhale. Oops. There we go. Exhale, draw the forehead and knee together. Extend the leg, look up and inhale. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do 7 on each side. 6 and 7. Good. Let's do the other side. So you're going to draw your left knee and forehead towards each other as you exhale. Extend your leg, look up and inhale. And 2 and 3, 4 and 5, 6 and 7. Good. All right, from here, let's sit back towards that right heel, reach over to the left and just stretch out your lower back and your shoulders and hold. A nice deep breath, 2 and 3 and 4. Good, let's do the other side. Sit back towards that left heel and reach over to the right and stretch. And 2, 3, and 4. Good, and come right back to center. You're back up onto your hands and knees. Slide that left knee all the way up between your fingertips. You're going to take that left heel, turn it in just a little bit. Stretch your right leg back. Go ahead and bring your chest up. Inhale as you look forward and stretch. And exhale as you come on down. So this is our half pigeon pose. You can rest your forehead onto your forearms if you're comfortable with that. And just relax for a moment. If it feels good to rock your hips a little bit from side to side, you can add that in. Good, and then go ahead and bring your chest up. We're gonna do one more stretch here. I'm gonna have you bend your back knee, just like this. Okay, if you want to go further, you take your, so this is my right foot, you take your right hand and you try to reach the foot. You might be able to reach it, you might not. If you can't reach it, it's no big deal. You can just bend the knee, but you're gonna hold for a moment. Good, and relax. Okay, we're gonna do the down dog to come out of this posture. So hands firmly on the mat. Go on the ball of that back foot, lift your hips and step your left foot back. Good, in this posture, you're pressing into the floor, drawing your chest back towards your thighs. You can do the runner stretch where you bend one knee, push the opposite heel to the mat. So you're alternating your legs back and forth. Fingers are spread wide, pressing the entire hand into the mat. So you're nice and strong and steady. All right, let's do the other side. Bring the shoulders forward, let your knees come on down. You're gonna draw the right knee all the way up, turn your heel in, and go ahead and stretch your left leg back. Inhale as you bring the chest up. Exhale as you come on down. And you can rest your forehead right down onto your forearms. And take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale deeply. If it feels good to rock a little bit, you can add that in. Okay, go ahead and bring your chest up, and you're going to bend the back knee. If you want to try to reach for it, you can with that left hand to increase the stretch, but just bending the knee is also a good stretch, and hold. Good, that's quite a stretch across that upper leg and your knee. So go ahead and bring that back down. Downward dog, hands firmly on the mat. Go ahead and step that back. And stretch. You can soften your knees a little bit. Keep lifting your hips towards the ceiling, drawing your chest back towards your thighs, and hold. Good, let's bring the shoulders forward. That is our 100-pound bulldog in the other room trying to get out of my daughter's room. So I apologize for that noise if you hear the banging. All right, so knees about hip distance. So right now I've got my hands underneath the shoulders. All right, what I want you to do is you're going to bring your shoulders forward. We're going to lower the chest down and move through into a cobra. So I want to show you the wrong way. Don't be back like this and bring yourself down. You see how my elbows are going out to the side? That's not comfortable at all. If your elbows go out to the side, you need to bring your chest forward. And it's okay if you come down quick and just lower yourself down so that the elbows are by your side. Okay, so go ahead and come on down to the mat. And now I want you to gently peel your back up, your chest up. Inhale, exhale, lower back down. You still have your hands right next to your chest or next, almost like next to the ribs. Inhale as you peel up. Exhale as you peel down. Let's do that again. Inhale as you peel up. Notice I'm not hunching the shoulders by my ears. Try to have your shoulders back and down. That's 3. We're going to do 5. So 2 more. Inhale as you peel up. That's 4. And 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. All right, good. So the hands are still next to your chest. Knees are hip distance. Now you're going to use your strength. You're going to press up onto your hands and knees. Draw your hips right back to your heels. So after doing that cobra, right, and arching your back, you're going to relax it into your half tortoise posture like this. And if it feels good to rock a little bit from side to side, you can do that. Good. And then go ahead and bring yourself up. So you're in a kneeling posture for a moment. Let's stretch out the toes. So let your toes curl under and sit back on your heels for a moment. Good. Get those feet stretched out. All right. And then from here, we're going to come to standing. So go ahead and bring yourself right on up to standing. Let me adjust my camera slightly. All right. And we'll do some standing postures. Okay, so let's start with the feet. Either the toes can touch or you're a couple of inches apart. So this will be our Tadasana, and the arms slightly out to the side. I'm going to add in a visualization this morning. Sometimes it's kind of fun to do a little balancing and visualization in your standing posture. So go ahead and close your eyes. Notice your feet. Imagine that you're balancing sort of on the 4 corners of your feet, if you will. Good. And so now I want you to bring your awareness. Imagine above your head, like, let's say 100 feet above your head, right? Imagine this orb of light. And if you want to visualize the sun, you can do that. Okay. So imagine that this source energy, light energy, is coming from, the sun or whatever source you want to assign it to. And imagine that that energy comes down almost like a beam of light through the top of your head. straight down through your body, out through the feet. And imagine that light goes all the way down through the feet to the core or the center of the earth. Okay, so all the way down to the center of the earth. And imagine at the center of the earth that there's pure source energy as well. So you've got the light above and you've also got source energy in the middle of the earth. And now imagine that that source energy from the center of the earth is coming right back up through that beam or through that cord or through the roots, whatever you want to imagine, all the way up through the feet, and bring it to your heart center. So just imagine that from above, you have light coming down through the crown center to, let's have it come to the heart. And then from below, from the earth, you have light coming all the way up the legs to the heart center as well. So at your heart center, there's this beautiful light. Just take a nice deep breath. And you can imagine, you can use this visualization anytime during the day and imagine that light source energy fills your whole body with light. Healing, peace, relaxation, whatever words you want to give it. And then just imagine that that light emanates out into your room, into your entire home. It's emanating out and reaching out through the whole neighborhood, the city. You can go as far as the state, the country, the continent, the whole world, and you can even expand into the universe if you want, just imagining that source of light. All right, you should feel pretty balanced right now. So let's go ahead and slowly open the eyes. Inhale, reach out and up. Let's go ahead and draw the arms upward. We're gonna touch the fingertips, reach to the ceiling. Exhale, lean to one side and press out on that opposite hip. And then inhale as you come back up. Exhale over to the other side. Inhale as you come to center and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good, and let's come right back up. We're going to do a front bend. So inhale and exhale as you fold. Good, let's do a vinyasa. So the hands come onto the legs. I'll turn so you can see what I'm doing. Inhale, draw your chest forward, and this flattens out your lower back. It stretches the back of your legs. Exhale as you fold. And then inhale, reach your arms out and come all the way up and stretch. You can even arch back just a little bit if you like, and then bring your hands right back to the heart. So let's do that several times, that sequence, following your breath. Inhale, reach up. And exhale as you fold. Draw the chest forward, inhale. And exhale. And then reach and come on up. And then back to the heart. Inhale. And exhale. Draw the chest forward, inhale. And exhale. Reach and come on up. And back to the heart. Go ahead and move at your own pace. And practice being in the moment, fully present. So if your mind is wandering, keep bringing it back to the body, to your breath, even observing the thoughts as they come up in your mind. Good, let's do one more. Inhale when you're ready, reach up. And then fold. Good, and when you're done, just bring your hands right back to your heart and just pause for a moment. And relax. Go ahead and relax your arms, relax your legs. All right, so let's do a balancing posture. I like to always practice a little balancing every day. Let's try it. We're going to try something new today. I don't think we've done this one, or it's been a while. Okay, we're going to start with the hands on the hips, and I want you to bring up, I'm going to use the left leg, bring it up like this, and I want you to clasp your hands underneath your leg, and you're going to balance for a moment. So find something to stare at in front of you. And just take a moment here. Good, and go ahead and let your leg come down. All right, let's try the other side. And it is okay just to keep your hands on your hips if you prefer. And you can even hold onto a wall or a couch or chair, wherever you're at if you need to. Okay, so you're gonna hold, and then if you can, clasp your hands underneath your leg and just hold for a moment. Ideally trying to keep the back nice and straight as opposed to bending forward. Okay, try to keep your standing leg straight as well. All right, go ahead and let your leg come down. Okay, so I've taught you some different variations. It's okay to keep your hands on your hips. It's okay to hold on to the bottom of your leg. Good. So we're going to switch and do it again. So if you're comfortable clasping your hands, go ahead and do that. Next variation, if you want to add this in, is to extend the leg out in front of you. You can push out through the heel, or you can point your toe, whatever you prefer. I want you to hold. The standing leg is nice and straight. Your back is nice and straight. The leg that's extended is nice and straight. You find your point to stare at and hold and relax. Let's go ahead and do the other side. All right. Just take a moment. Go ahead and extend your leg out in front of you. Try not to compensate by bending backwards. Again, keep your standing leg nice and straight. And hold. And you can also do this variation with the knee bent. You can point your toe. One more. Good. And relax. And that also was building a little strength too. That one's a little harder than the tree pose. So after doing that, we want to relax into a front bend. Go ahead and fold into a front bend. Good. And you can sway a little bit from side to side. You might notice your lower back gets a little tense or tight from the standing posture. So we're going to relax that with our front bend. Bend your knees, come on down into a squat. So go ahead and bring yourself down. Good. And relax. Let's do a front bend again. Just hang for a moment. Good. And then bring yourself right down into your squat. Let's do a strengthening posture for the, I'm going to turn so you can see what I'm doing for the hands. So you're in the squat. Right now the heels are up. You're going to put the hands flat on the mat, and I want your fingers spread wide. Okay. So just like this, my elbows are inside of the knees, and I want you to lean forward so that your elbows kind of press into your legs. Lean forward, and then just lean back. Okay. So you're putting some weight on your hands. Imagine every pad of your finger and the four corners of your palms pressing into the floor. And one more time. Good. And back. So it's called the crow. It's one way to help strengthen the wrist and hands. Obviously, if your hands are a little sore or tight, you want to be gentle with that. But then go ahead and sit down. Go ahead and sit down. And then after doing that, you can rotate your wrists in both directions. We're all on the computers typing all day long, right? So we're doing a lot with our wrists and hands. We want to prevent, if we can, like any repetitive stress happening with our wrists and hands, just stretch them out and do some exercise for that. All right, good. Okay, so let's do some seated postures. I'm going to have you start by tucking one heel in. So I'm actually going to take my right leg and tuck it in and have the left leg out to the side. So you can do either leg, okay? And you're going to feel this along that inner thigh of your straight leg. So you're going to tuck the heel in. Take your hand, the opposite hand, and reach over to the bent leg. Okay, so reach over. And what this does by reaching over is it keeps my chest facing forward. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, stretch. And you're really just reaching out towards the wall, okay? If your back allows you to stretch a little bit deeper and you are able to touch the toes, that's fine. It doesn't matter if you can touch the toes. What's important is that you're getting a good stretch all on that side. Nice deep breath here. Really focus on that breathing and allow your body to relax and stretch a little bit deeper. Good. And then inhale, reach and come on up. Exhale as your arm comes down. We're going to switch over to the other side. So tuck that heel in and stretch it out. You're going to reach over to the bent leg. Inhale as you reach up. Exhale as you stretch all the way out. And 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. And reach and come on up. Exhale, let your arm come down. Good. Open both legs out. So in this posture, we are going to stretch forward. If you find yourself kind of falling back just a little bit in the pose, just use your folded blanket under your hips. That will make it easier and more comfortable in the stretch. You'll go deeper in the stretch. And then inhale as you exhale, lean forward and just move a little bit from side to side. So stretch over one leg and then over to the other side. Good. Back and forth. Okay, bring yourself back to center and stretch. And go ahead and bring your chest back up. Let's draw the feet closer to each other or together. And you can bounce your knees up and down. All right, sit up nice and tall, lean forward into the stretch and hold. Good. Go ahead and bring your chest back up. Just help those knees in. Stretch your legs forward. Rock your feet in and out a couple of times and relax. We'll do one more seated posture. You can either do the straight leg variation or you can tuck the leg under. So you're going to, I'm going to leave my left leg straight and tuck the right leg over. Okay, tuck one leg over so this one can stay straight, or you can tuck that leg under. This is the one where one knee is on top of the other, or it can be a little more open, something like this. Okay. And then I want you to stretch forward. So I've given you a couple of different variations. Go ahead and lean into the posture. If your leg is straight on the bottom, you're going to really feel it through that hamstring. If you're crossing the leg under you, then you're going to feel this more in the buttocks. And just hold. Okay, go ahead and bring yourself up. Let's do the other side. So you tuck the opposite leg under or keep it straight. Cross your leg over, sit up tall. Inhale as you exhale, lean forward and hold. Okay, go ahead and bring yourself up. And stretch that leg out in front of you and rock your feet in and out. Good. All right, let's come down into our backs. So go ahead and get comfortable. If you want your blanket underneath you or towel, feel free to, spread that out just so that you're comfortable. And then come on down onto your back and go ahead and pull your knees into your chest. I'm just going to adjust the camera a little bit. So give yourself a second to get into that. Good. All right. So coming down onto your back, pull your knees into your chest. That's the easiest way to come on down so you don't strain your back. Draw the legs in, clasp your hands across your legs and just rock. Let go of all that tension down your back. And I want you to notice your breathing compared to maybe when you started the class, right? Should be a little easier to take a deep breath. The breath should be a little slower, more relaxed, maybe deeper. And just notice how you feel now compared to, say, before the class started. Just remember that the breath is nature's remedy for stress, right? If you're ever having a day where you're feeling really stressed, take a few minutes to focus on your breathing and you will feel tremendously better. All right, let's go ahead. Let's put the feet on the mat. We'll do a bridge pose. So feet about hip distance, arms by your side. Go ahead and lift your hips and arch and stretch your back and hold. Inhale, and then as you exhale, roll down slowly and draw your knees up into your chest and relax your back. Good. Feet on the mat, hip distance. Lift your hips up and hold. Inhale, as you exhale, roll down slowly. Draw those knees into your chest and relax your back. All right, from here, I want you to open your arms out to your sides, and we're going to keep the knees together. You're going to bring the legs to your left. I am going to add a variation. So if you want to cross your right leg over the left one, you can do that. Okay, so either the knees are together or you crossed your right leg over. You're going to go to the left. So I want you to lower your legs, get the knees and the feet, allow them to come all the way to the floor. Now you're going to feel your right shoulder come up a little bit, most of you. So I want you to turn your head to the right, lean back just a little bit and try to get that right shoulder down to the floor. Don't worry if the knees touch the floor. We want the shoulder down. You can close your eyes if you want here. You can place your your left hand on that right knee and just gently draw down and relax. And breathe. Inhale as you come back up. Good. And let's do the other side. So some of you are keeping the knees together or you're crossing the left leg over. I want you to go to the right. Lower the legs down to the floor and then look over to your left hand. Try to get that left shoulder down if you can and just hold. And breathe. You can close your eyes and get comfortable on the mat. And relax, slowly untwist. Come back onto your back, draw the knees in. Hold and relax. Stretch yourself all the way down onto your mat. Just let your arms rest by your sides with the palms facing upward. And let your feet fall out to the side. Close your eyes softly, take a deep breath. So we end the practice in what's called Shavasana, okay, which is your deep relaxation pose. So close your eyes softly. And relax any tension through the face, through the neck, the shoulders, down the arms to your fingertips. Relax from the fingers all the way up through the arms, the shoulders. Nice deep breath. Relax through the upper back, your chest and lungs, your heart center, all the way down through your abdomen. All the internal organs are relaxed. Your lower back, your hips, your pelvis. Relax all the way down the legs to your feet and your toes. And breathe. Now take a deep breath and slowly start to bring your awareness back to your body, just moving your fingers, moving your toes. Slowly bring the knees back up into your chest and relax your back. You can roll to your side for just a moment and relax. Good. And then slowly bring yourself up to a seated posture. So go ahead and come on up and back to seated. All right. So with that, we're going to wrap up the Hatha Yoga portion of the class. So let's bring the hands to the heart. And then eyes are open. Namaste. All right, have a really great day. Those of you that want to stay for the next, looks like we got about 12 minutes or so left in the hour. We'll continue with some breathing and the meditation. Those of you that need to get on with your day, just have a really great day. All right. Okay, if you're going to stay, I recommend getting comfortable in a seated posture. And I like to actually have a pretty thick blanket or pillow to sit on and make it pretty high because my hips are a little tight. And this just makes it easier for me to sit. Okay, so when you're starting out or just even continuing for some of you with the meditation practice, the most important part of the meditation is you want to be sitting. You don't want to lie down because you don't want to drift into dream sleep or a sleep state. But you want to have your spine straight. You want to be able to take a nice deep breath. You don't want to be caved in like this. And so sitting on the floor might work for you. Sitting in a chair might be better for some people. But if you are going to sit in a chair, make sure your feet are on something firm. So if they don't quite touch the floor, put something under your feet and sit away from the back of the chair. And I still recommend using a blanket or a pillow underneath your hips because you want to lift those hips up a little bit. Most chairs don't have you sitting like that. Okay. Hands can rest on your legs. You can touch your first two fingers together if you like. I like to put my hands together like this. That's the most comfortable for me. Again, we want you to not be distracted. So whatever is comfortable for you. And the process of meditation is that you're just allowing yourself a moment to sit still, to focus on your breathing. And as your breathing gets deeper and slower, you're going to notice that the thoughts in the mind start to slow down to the point where you'll even have moments of no thought. And that's when it feels really good because it's kind of like that zoning out. Okay. Then the thoughts will come back and you'll go back to the breathing and you're just training yourself to get into a deeper and deeper state of pure relaxation without thought eventually. Okay. So starting in this comfortable posture, we're going to do the Matrika Pranayama. That's that even breath where your inhale and exhale are even in length. Okay, this is a really easy technique. You can do this at any time in the day with your eyes open, or you can do it in meditation with your eyes closed. Your hand is your counter. The thumb and the first tip of your first finger, if you can see this, put your thumb and first tip of your first finger together. That's 1. Then go to that first knuckle. That's 2. The next little knuckle is 3. And then where your finger and hand come together, that's 4. So there's a count of 4. Next finger is 5, 6, 7, 8. The ring finger is 9, 10, 11, and 12. And your small finger is 13, 14, 15, 16. So you can get a count of 16 breaths with your hand. That'll take you about 5 minutes. So you're going to place your hand either into your lap or on your knee. Touch that thumb and first finger together. Close your eyes. And with your next inhale and exhale, I want you to count the length of your inhale and exhale, even your breath out, and you're touching the thumb and first finger together. That'll be your first breath. And when you're ready to move to the second breath, move your finger to that next knuckle. And again, count the length of your inhale and exhale. And then you'll move to that third knuckle and so on and so forth. So I want you to do a full round of 16 breaths. Just move at your own pace. When your mind wanders, bring it back to the breathing. Right, have a peaceful day, everyone.